Well, we knew coming in here for 3 games was going to be a real challenge, obviously. Getting the first one felt real good, and then you don't get the second one there, so you're anxious going into the third one, knowing just how much it means. And for us to come out with that type of start felt real good, and obviously that fueled us all the way through the game. So we got the 2 out of 3. I think we're close to getting all 3. We felt a little more luck. We could have come away with that second one, but to get the response here today feels real good. But we recognize, of course, just how challenging it's going to be at home. They've taken game from us at home here already, and they feel, I'm sure, feel good and comfortable playing in Toronto. But obviously, we like the fact that we're going home with a chance to win.
How is Andreas Johnsson elevating this game, given all the attention he's received from the opposition this series?
He's just gotten better and better as he's gotten a little more familiar with his opponents. He's certainly found his groove in the series. He's a difference maker for us, obviously. And when he's going like that, it gives our whole group that much more confidence, and it makes us a much more difficult team to defend.
Justin Hall, Calder Cup, just how active were they tonight in terms of being catalysts to your offense?
Great speed, great initiative to jump up at the right times. 2 guys that have the legs to make a difference with how they skate. And some nights it works out where the difference is shows up on the scoreboard, but a lot of nights it shows up in terms of just keeping pucks out of our end and moving things up the ice and getting our forwards in good spots in the offensive zone.
Speaking of skating, do you feel like you had an opportunity to play your more typical style game tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I thought the game opened up at different times and allowed us to get in behind their defense. Obviously, we get a breakaway early on in the hockey game. When your top player is on a breakaway early and finishes, it's a pretty good sign of what's to come in the game. I don't know really what you're referring to with our typical style of game, but certainly when we can skate through the neutral zone, it makes everybody's life a little bit easier. I just think we're a good team. I said to our guys in there that our response in that second period, they come out, they have a push, they score, it's 2-1. Our response after that, to me, is a championship caliber response. That's, if you want to be a team that's going to win and going to play deep in the playoffs and is going to have a chance to win a Calder Cup, you need to have those types of moments, and we had it. We've had that throughout to get us to this point. And Texas, I'm sure, has had a lot of those moments themselves, and that's why we're the 2 teams standing here today. So it's just another sign of our team having a moment here like that today.
Provide us an update on Travis Dermott's status, if able to.
Yeah, just day to day at this point, like really everyone is and would be at this time of year.
Just talk about again the importance of going back home with 1 day lead, and how you're a little more relaxed in that situation.
Relax is not the right term. You're never relaxed when you're going through this. We're playing against a team like that. There will be no relaxing whatsoever. Obviously, given the choice, we'd like to be up 3-2, then down 3-2, whether we're going home or going on the road. It doesn't make the task any easier. It's a good team. Today's game, to me, much like game 1 with all the offense I went through, today's game is another anomaly. I don't think this is what we're going to expect going forward. Games 2, 3, and 4, I think, are more of an indication of what to expect the rest of the way here. So we know that, and we'll be ready to play that type of game, and at the same time try to find our way to more offense while we're going through it.
When it's a 2-2 series like this, how much do you try to dig in, and how much do you maybe stand back a little bit and let the team kind of work its way through the situation?
Well, I think as a coach, you get to a point, you play 76 games in the regular season, and then when the playoffs come around, the team really has to run itself in many ways. if the players don't want to dig in and don't want to compete and don't want to extend their season longer, it's not going to happen. And the leadership that we have on our team, I've never been a part of a team that has been so committed to playing as a group and winning and continuing on. So, it's my job to lead the way. It's my job to, make the schedules and keep guys sharp, keep guys rested, all those kind of things. Analyze the video and give them the information that we think that they need. When the puck drops, it's up to them to make the decision that they want to compete and they want to execute. And we've been able to do that. This team is all in.
Just talk about scored twice, 20 in the first. What does that do for a team to score 2 goals that quickly?
It's huge, especially when you've played 3 games now where offense has been so hard to come by. Since the game ended, Game 4, as a staff, all we've focused on and talked about is how are we going to be able to score more goals. And that's what we met yesterday. We met twice as a team today. That's what we're talking about. We need to be able to generate more offense. You can't win games consistently when you don't score more than 2 goals. So to get the 2 so early felt pretty good, gave us a lot of confidence going forward. I think it messes with you a little bit, because all of a sudden the game that you were expecting to have to play, in terms of it just being so competitive and so tight all the way through, messes with your mind a little bit that way. And there's parts of the game that we didn't really like what we were doing throughout the game, but the score being what it was, it's a little bit more difficult for the players to stay as engaged. But when you're playing in a tough environment like this, you're playing against a team that's playing their last game in this building of the season. For us, it's our last road game of the season. We've been a terrific road team all year. It was a challenging game, but a great opportunity for us, and we were happy to get off to such a great start, and then obviously to finish it that way as well.
We've seen your players grow up. How have you grown as a coach and built through this experience? More rounds of playoff hockey.
I think when I look through everything, you're growing all the time, and you're starting to get a feel for, the little differences in what makes a team successful and what doesn't, and what you need to look for, what you need to focus on as a coach, those types of things. But as I said before, the biggest thing I take away from it is the difference between good teams and great teams is the commitment of the players and their drive and their focus to want to win. And I've never been a part of anything as special as this group that we have here. Thank you.